stories in the Old Testament and the book of Genesis. It starts off by saying, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But that's not what it says in the actual original text. That was an English translation. What it says in the original text is, in the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Elohim is, El represents God in the Old Semitic language, and Elohim is simply feminine plural, meaning in the beginning, the gods created the heavens and the earth. And in Genesis 1:2, equally as interesting, it says, and the earth was without form and void. That's not what it says in the original. In the original, it doesn't say, and the earth was without form and void, because logic alone would tell you, if God or the gods created something, it's going to have a form and it's not going to be void. So it was a mistranslation. The correct translation was, and the earth became a waste and a desolation. And the word in Hebrew was tohu vavohu. The earth became a waste and a desolation, meaning that the gods created something, and somewhere along the line there was some great catastrophe, and the earth became a waste and a desolation. And that word, as I said in Genesis 1:2, tohu vavohu, is found only in two places in the Old Testament. One at Genesis 1:2, where the earth became a waste and a desolation, and in Jeremiah, the second chapter, where Jeremiah says that he was given a vision by God, and I think this is very interesting. In the book of Jeremiah, in the second chapter, it says that Jeremiah says, I was given a vision by God of the earth, when the earth was a meeting place of the Elohim, but there was no man found on the earth, but it was a meeting place of the Elohim, or the gods. And it says that there were great cities. Jeremiah says, I saw great cities and beautiful cities. And then tohu vavohu, I saw the earth became a waste and a desolation. The implications in the Old Testament is that there is a world of difference between angels and what the Bible calls the sons of God. The sons of God, we are told in the Old Testament, look like us. They were like humans, and the women they took women and procreated with women, and they looked like us, and they had offspring. And they were the gods that created our world for us. But that very interesting point in Genesis 1:2, where it says, and the earth became a waste and a desolation, implying that there must have been some kind of a massive war going on in the ancient prehistoric world, maybe hundreds of thousands of years ago. And this is what the Bible writers were alluding to. And as I said, there's a very big difference between angels and sons of God. Sons of God married women. They took on women and had offspring. So that showed that plumbing worked as a man. Consequently, I think it's just an idea, but I've harbored this idea for many years, that it very well could be that the world is being led by that which the Bible calls the sons of God, who look like us, who look like humans, but they're not strictly human. And that would explain a lot, because the people who are running this planet couldn't care less about human life, dignity, honor, nothing. Whoever they are, whoever these people are who are running the planet, I believe, just my article of belief, that we could be looking at the superior people on the earth are the sons of God, those who look like humans, but they have supernatural abilities in intellect, in technology, in political power, and in technological power, but especially are they not human in their feelings. They have no emotional feeling about the human creation. They are simply doing what they do. And that is frightening to me. And therefore, as I said today, what I am seeing is a mutation of the human family, is being mutated out of their humanity, and they are being led into becoming politically correct, getting in tune with the system, fall in line, and do what you're supposed to do. Therefore, I totally rebel at the whole concept of political correctness, because I personally believe we're being led by some demonic depravity at the very top of this world, and unless the humans stand up for their own sovereignty and their own humanity, we're going to lose whatever it is that humans had that God created us to be. So I would suggest from here on out, don't worry about political correctness or whoever these diabolical monsters are who run the earth, but go back to your Creator in your own spirit and take back your spirituality and your humanity and your sovereignty as a human, and stop falling in line with the powers that be. To hell with them.
You go! You go! I love that. Woo! You rock.
Thank you, Jordan. All right. Well, I guess I should say a couple words, but I don't have a whole lot of words to say about disclosure, actually. My opinion is that, like Lot up here, that a disclosure is happening. I believe we are disclosure, and I think it's happening every day. I do think the earth is moving in that direction, and I'm not looking for a president to tell me what is true and what isn't. So, for myself, I already know what's true. Like it or not, I know what's true. I'm not afraid to say I know. And that's one thing that the powers that be don't want you to do. They've been teaching you since you were so young, you can't believe it, that you're not supposed to say, I know anything. You're only supposed to say, well, I think, maybe. And you're supposed to back it up with research.
See, I knew you were going to say that.
So disclosure is already here as far as I'm concerned. They are here. The Anunnaki are here. I've met them. And other people have met them. Some of our witnesses have met them. It's witness testimony. That's what Camelot does. No, I don't have any hard evidence. But we're here. And you know what? You are the evidence. You are the evidence of your ancestry. It's just that you don't realize it fully and completely. Although in this room, many of you may. But in general, we are the evidence. And humanity is genetically created by those beings, by your ancestors. And that's all we're talking about. We're talking about all the ET ancestors that you guys are a part of. And you're a wild mixture, each and every one of you. And we don't all have the same lineage. That's another thing. We are a melting pot of ET bloods, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, that's my short dissertation on that subject. Bill Ryan wants to ask a question of the panel.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna change the rules of this game because it's always slightly more exciting when you don't know what's going to happen next. And the way we're going to do this next round is I'm going to pose a question and then choose somebody to answer it, and then when they answer it, they choose the next person to answer it, and we go like that. So we don't go down a boring line one after the other in a regimented fashion. And my question is, what are the opportunities and threats that may face us in the next 12 months? And what are each one of us here going to do about it? And my question is directed at Duncan. Sure. What are the opportunities and threats that we're faced with over the next 12 months? And what are you going to do? What are your personal plans? What's your personal strategy?
Over the next 12 months, what are the opportunities and threats that face us over the next 12 months, and what are you going to do?
Okay, I have to apologize. I have a hearing deficit, and sometimes if the acoustics are off a little bit, I have to have other people repeat things for me.
I was just hired as his